Hey guys, Dr. J here. In the previous episode, we finally arrived at Fontaine Futuristics. Sinclair told us Eleanor was held somewhere below this place. We just need to find a way to get there. Almost immediately after we arrived, we stumbled upon a recording made by Gio Alexander. He warned us that something terrible has happened to him and he is now clinically insane. He left these recordings as a way to assist anyone that might come here to deal with him. Shortly afterwards, we found out what he meant by clinically insane. We met Alex the Great, who likes to communicate with us using security bots. He does indeed seems to be absolutely insane and tries to hinder our progress through the level at every step. We need to enter the security room using a voice recording of Gio Alexander. However, Alex the Great is using his security bots to talk over it every time we try to use it. So our current objective is to find all the signal relays that are helping him control the bots and destroy them. And we are back in the entrance hall of Fontaine Futuristics.
The tyrant has no family, no friends, no country, only slaves chained in his wake. To his fellows, he asks, "Of what use are you to me?" Those who love him are his subjects, for the tyrant accepts only worship or fear.
Hey, I don't think we've gone this way yet. And by the looks of things, we are being expected. Oh, so that's the room we saw when we were teleporting. There is a tonic there, so we need to get there somehow. Damn it. We were doing so good with hacking stuff. At least we managed to hack it the second try. Let's pretend that didn't happen and move on. There's an Eve hypo and some trap rivets over here. Can't really pick them up though. Let's see where this door will lead us. That cold locked door probably leads to the room with the lady on the chair asking for help. Like I said previously, we're probably too late to help her, but at least we can pick up that tonic. Yep, that's the same number that was written on the wall. We should be prepared for an ambush, just in case. Oh, so there was an audio diary here as well. I didn't see it before.
Our hope was to bond a little sister to a single protector, so she had to be expendable in case of error. As we were fabricating a father bond, we couldn't really afford to have the girl's parents asking around. So, Fontaine's orphanages provided. And the procedure was an unprecedented success. If I'd only known who the child was. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if it was any other girl, it wouldn't really be a problem, right, Mr. Alexander? Okay, I'm still not sure where we're going, but there's a health station we can hack over there. There's a gene bank here. It almost makes me want to slot a hacking tonic with how many times I failed recently. There are so many exhibits here. What is this place? Some kind of a storage? And there's another door here. What is this Splicer doing? Okay, lesson learned. I shouldn't try breaking open a vending machine. It stopped glowing red, but I still don't trust it.
Delta. One little jab in the arm and even a hopeless underperformer can be employee of the month. Oh, you should know. Look around. Is any of this familiar?
It looks like we'll be having some kind of a fight here, so I decided to hack it just in case.
Indebted to you, my boy. We ironed kink after kink out of our domestic plasmid line on you right here. Well, let's see if you're staying competitive. Step on up and take the spotlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fontaine Futuristics invites you to shed your skepticism, evolve your expectations, and dissolve your doubt as we unveil the revolutionary power of our home defense plasmid series. May I have a volunteer from the audience?
What are we doing here?
Come now, don't be shy. How about you, sir? No, he's positively rigid.
Haha, very funny, Alex.
Come on now, let's give it a hand.
Okay, so I guess we'll be having a kind of a mini gauntlet here.
Only a single volunteer? Oh, come now, gentlemen. She'll be awfully nervous up here all alone.
Well, where are they? Okay, so it's another Houdini Splicer. So this time they've sent two at once. Not that it makes much of a difference, I'm one-shotting them anyway. Okay, so it was more than two at once. But using the decoy makes it basically a one-on-one fight. Well, it was actually mostly the rivet gun. Are there going to be any more volunteers? Looks like this time it will be an alpha series. At least we'll be able to get some research done.
It looks like you've upstaged a fellow demonstrator, and he's here to steal the show. What will Delta do now, folks?
Headshot him till he dies. Yeah, not much of a challenge.
Still our winner. The tour was never the same without you. You were so splice, you couldn't stand when we stuck together. The Fontaine family retirement plan suits you to our team.
Keep talking, Alex. You won't be able to for much longer. Okay, I think it's time to finally destroy the force emitter. Now that we've destroyed all the emitters, it's time to go back to the door to the security office. Not looking all that great there, Alex.
Severance package cancelled.
Oh, you had an accident there, buddy? As usual, the ever-so-helpful arrow points us the way to the security office. Though it's not that far from here anyways. It looks like the Splicer's shadow is clipping through the floor. Seems like he was alone. Yeah, I don't think there are any other Splicers around. Now let's go finally open the security office.
Agnes Day.
Access granted. Welcome, Gil Alexander.
Finally we're in.
Hello again. I must assume by now that you're willing to help end my life. In exchange, I have prepared a friendly security escort for you. Now, there's a switch in here which will allow you access to the real laboratories where what's left of me awaits you. Please, use it.
I definitely like the old Alex better. Okay, now that we've obtained all the essential upgrades, I'd rather continue with the grenade launcher instead of the shotgun. Its high damage will be generally more useful, especially since we have the machine gun for close range fights anyway. I don't think we have anything else to do here, so let's head to the Plasmid laboratory. After we deal with this Alpha series, of course. Looks like Alex the Great has sent a few lead-head splicers as well. And there are more on the other side of the staircase. There's even a Houdini splicer mixed in. There are some more at the door to the Plasmid showroom, and even more are coming down the stairs. I guess Alex thinks he can overwhelm us with sheer numbers, but that's just not going to work. Okay, another Alpha series. We've actually managed to completely research the Alpha series. That was surprisingly quick. The Elemental Storm tonic is just as useful as the other Activate when struck in melee tonics. That's to say, it's not very useful. This was very possibly the most worthless level 4 research reward. If it was all three forces at once, sure, it may be somewhat helpful, but just triggering a random burst? No thanks. Looks like we managed to kill all of them, so let's finally go to the Plasmid laboratory. I'm sure Alex the Great has prepared more splicers waiting there for us. Before that though, I'd just like to quickly confirm where we stand with the research. Yeah, so we just need to complete the final level of research for the Big Daddies, Big Sisters and Brood Splicers. Of the three of them, the only one I'm a little concerned about are the Brood Splicers. We're guaranteed quite a few more Big Daddies and Big Sisters, but I'm not sure if we'll see a Brood Splicer in this level. Well, there are a few more levels left until the end of the game, so we should be fine. This area seems to have been drained quite recently, judging by the fish flapping on the ground. Okay, we have an airlock over there and an audio diary at the table.
I was to be Sophia Lamb's greatest achievement, a living composite of all Rapture's genius in the body of a single man, unfettered by self-interest. Now, I am nothing more to her than a failed experiment. My scores on tests of intelligence and moral reasoning are I do not have long before psychosis takes me.
It must have been quite scary knowing you're losing your mind. Not that he deserves much pity considering what he had done, but still. At least, unlike Dr. Suchong, there was no malice in his actions. Okay, I guess you're dropping down here. Looks like this ocean walk will be a little more exploratory, unlike the ones before where we just walked a straight line basically. Let's try going up this staircase. The guiding arrow is pointing the other way, so that's why I'd like to check them out first. They also kind of remind me of when we got teleported around by the unstable plasmid. Could be a clue for a secret treasure. That was quite a long staircase. I think we finally reached the top. There's an atom slug here. And that's pretty much it. Well, at least we got quite a view of Fontaine Futuristics. Now let's drop back down and continue following the guiding arrow. Is that a gas station?
As I recall from my time doing business with the owners, that oxyfill station out there is just a front for a kinda hidden passage leading down below. If Lamb's hiding Eleanor from you, that's where she'll be.
Great, we need to remember this, but we still need to deal with Alex the Great first. It is very dark here. I wonder if there was some kind of a power failure, or if it is intentionally left dark. Some heat-seeking rockets and a first aid kit. Thank God we got a flashlight.
I'm afraid the lights in here sting my eyes terribly now. Until you arrive to deal with me, they will remain off. Please, locate the breakers and flip them, and then return here to restore power.
Right, so this is another multi-objective task. We don't have the guiding arrow anymore, so I guess we'll need to explore a bit to find the breakers. This won't be a very easy task in this darkness. But hopefully we'll find other goodies as well. We should be nearing the required amount of audio diaries for the Rapture Historian achievement. Speaking of, there's one right here. And we've just unlocked the audio diary achievement.
Believes the perfect human altruist is just a formula, waiting on us to solve for X. Intelligence and consciousness are not the same, she argued. Awareness of self naturally becomes obsession with it. So, if we could suppress my sense of self, but imbue me with the cognitive capacity to serve the common welfare, we could thereby generate the first utopia. And then, Sophia said, at long last, utopia would follow.
Well, there is no other reward for collecting more audio diaries, but we'll do it all the same. Starting with this one.
Dr. Alexander has agreed to accept both measures of the new Utopian project. He will become a kind of genetic chimera, host to all the minds of Rapture, accessing their talents and memories via the atoms we have gathered. And deriving in part from Project WYK, I have developed a new set of behavioral constraints. Dr. Alexander will live to promote the common good. His love and loyalty shall be spread evenly across the entire human race. For me,
Well, I'd say Dr. Lamb's project was a resounding success. Anyways, we flipped the breakers, so let's press the master control button now.
Sophia and I knew that to create the first true utopian would come at a high cost, my friend. We needed someone to be host to all that Adam, Rapture's finest minds. A willing subject, that is to say, myself. Whatever you may have seen inside the tank, that was indeed me. I fear the fate of Eleanor Lamb will be less physical, but no less grotesque. This tank for deep-sea life is the ideal way to dispose of me. But first, you must retrieve enough Adam-infused plant life to lure me out. The slugs feed on the stuff, and it's all I seem to want now. I have left a sample here, so you know what to look for.
That's starting to feel a bit like a fewer quest, just to pad the playtime a bit. We have to go looking for herbs now? Really? And now we've answered the age-old question of whether a headshot from the fully upgraded spear gun with the Headhunter tonic can one-shot an Alpha series.
Well, listen,
It
son,
can't.
those override keys you've been hunting are genetically encoded. And to get to Eleanor, you're gonna need one from Alex the Great in there. First things first, we gotta pin him down, find those plants he mentioned, and lure him back out.
Well, I guess we don't have much of a choice. Let's go find those plants. At least we've got the guiding arrow back. Let's hack this hell station and then go through the door. I think I'll switch to the spear gun for a while, since I don't believe we'll have any long-range fights in this place. What are those guys doing? Looks like this plant has the same effect as the enraged plasmid. Okay, there's a camera over there we need to hack. Good. Let's explore the rest of this place now. Nothing this way. So I guess we'll start going towards the camera. No, wait, there's a room over here as well. There are some anti-personnel around here and an audio diary.
Well, that's the end of the Alpha series. The pair bond simply worked too well. That madwoman Tannenbaum bit the company a hand, turning some of the bonded sisters human again. Others were lost to Splicers. Either way, the trauma proved too much for the bonded protectors, resulting in unreasoning rage or coma. We can harness their suicidal aggression as foot soldiers, but no more, I'm afraid. Today I saw one kneeling near a gatherer's garden, crying.
Well, clearly there are quite a few Alpha series left, yours truly notwithstanding. If the bond was so powerful, how did they manage to survive? Oh, and here's the first quest plant. 2 more to go. Let's get out of here now. There's a hell station. What? I should have guessed. Alex the Great was being very quiet for a while. Now how do we get out of here? Great, the door to the Vita chamber has closed as well. I'm guessing we'll get attacked momentarily. Yep, we'll have to fight a couple of Alpha series. They don't stand a chance. Where did they go though? Ah, here's one of them. How about the other one? I guess we've killed him the moment he spawned. There are just some Leadhead Splicers left. Well, we've killed all of them, and I think I heard the doors opening. Yep, we can get out of here now.
Poor things. What a life. Marching around, playing daddy, until some splicer manages to kill off their sister. And then if the coma doesn't take them, they turn maniac. Nothing left to do but scream. No offense intended, son. We better get you to Eleanor, on the double.
Yeah, we better. Now let's go back to the main room.
Your body begins to tear itself apart. The compulsion to find Eleanor will drive you to madness or coma. You have no claim on her. Your design was among Rapture's greatest sins. And yet, you persist. Why?
Because your ramblings are actually worse than going mad from the bonds. and I just want to shut you up. The spear gun is probably not the best weapon for the Rumbor, but whatever. Just a few more shots. We've nearly finished researching the Big Daddies. We need just one more. This Houdini Splicer is proving to be quite a nuisance. Okay, he's dead now. Let's go find the little sister though. Hopefully we didn't kill the Rumbor before he caught his little sister. No, we are fine, she's here. We just have some bodies to loot and then we'll pick her up. And now we just need to find a couple of bodies to get random from, and here's one of them already. This is really convenient. Let's go ahead and start harvesting. This doesn't look like a particularly hard to defend place either. Let's place a decoy now. We're starting off with an alpha series. Not that it matters much, but I wasn't expecting it. Time to use another decoy. Okay, and now a Houdini Splicer? There's definitely an increase in difficulty. Come on, that was definitely a headshot. Time for another decoy. Harvesting Adam is going quite slowly as well. And I am using the demanding Father Tonic. Okay, there must be something wrong with their hitboxes. That was clearly a headshot. Again. We'll need another decoy. It looks like we're having some kind of a pause in the assault. I hear someone shooting, but... here she is. We're nearly done with harvesting. Just like 10 seconds or so left. Yeah, it doesn't look like there will be any more Splicers spawning. Okay, let's go pick her up. Now where can we find the final body? First we'll go through the loot boxes, of course, but then should we try to go back to the place where we found the second plant? There's another box over here. Wow, we've actually killed quite a few Splicers. And I think I'll switch back to the rivet gun for a while. Now, before continuing, let's go back to the Gatherer's Garden and see what plasmids are available. The Scout is the final plasmid we can buy from the Gatherer's Garden.
Worried about your future? Scout the situation before going ahead. Get the jump on your enemies with a plasmid surprise.
The Scout plasmid is actually very fun to use, since you can use other plasmids as well while being in ghost form. Okay, so in order to unlock the all plasmids achievement, we just need to obtain one more plasmid. That one, however, is story related and we'll just have to progress the story in order to obtain it. And as I've said previously, we only need the level 1 versions of the plasmids. We don't have to upgrade them to level 3. So we'll be going back to the previous room to see if there's a harvestable body there. Oh, here it is. Perfect. There's even an Eve hypo stack on it. Another reason I went back here is because I'm hoping a new Big Daddy will spawn in the main room. I'd rather just complete their research during this level, since I'm not sure how much longer we'll be meeting them. We are starting off with an Alpha series again. Yeah, this place is definitely more annoying to defend. There's just no way to place the decoy somewhere everyone can see. But we'll manage, of course. Here comes another Leadhead Splicer. And now the Houdinis. It looks like they're spawning in the exact same order as the previous harvesting. Just casually headshotting Splicers. We are nearly done. And here comes another Houdini Splicer. I nearly forgot we had a camera here. It didn't help us at all. Okay, we're finally done with the harvesting, so let's pick up the little sister. And we might as well get this Eve hypo. And we can use the vent right here to send the little sister back to Tenenbaum. Speaking of Tenenbaum, we haven't heard from her for quite a while. I mean, she did say she was busy with something else, but still. And now we can go back to looking for herbs. Though I am hoping we'll find a new Big Daddy spawn in the control room when we go back there. Let's pick up the first aid kit here. And there's some spear ammo on this crate as well. Nope, no Big Daddy has spawned. Yeah well, let's go find the next plant. Looks like the arrow is pointing us towards the holding cells. I wonder what they were used for. This place is in an even worse shape than the rest of the laboratory. Let's head Splicer over there. Oh, and I think there's a body we can get a radom from down there, near the vending machine. Let's go check it out. Well, this is it for today's episode. Thank you for spending your time with me, and if you have enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. Take care, and until next time.